Shalom, shalom, akiyam. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kwadash. I would also like to give a double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. I would also like to say peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, scattered throughout all four corners of this earth. It's just Bayan back again through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And I just wanted to get into a lesson going into the UBI, all right, the Universal Basic Income that these devils are going to be pushing out there next year. I actually have an article going into it. And I actually have two articles, matter of fact. One's current and the other one's from like 2020. But it's going to bring, it's going to bring everything together. Because those of us that know, we know, that this man's going to be pushing, that CBDC, that central banking digital currency. And this UBI, in order for this thing, to work, they were talking about it being joined to a central bank. You see, to a form of a digital currency. A new institution would be needed to make this happen. Okay? Giving credence to how close we truly are to that charagma, that CHIP. Because we know that CBDC is directly linked to the charagma. Okay? That fourth industrial revolution approach as far as their whole monetary system is concerned. They're gonna do away with this fiat currency, man. Everything's gonna be digital. And in order for you to fit into this man's society, in order for you to move around, hey, you're gonna have to have this thing. You're gonna have to have this idol in you. You see, so through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, I want to get into these few articles. And the first one, they're being real enticing, how they title it. Matter of fact, with that, I want to get this precept to start. The book of Sirach, chapter 14. In verse 7, and it reads, the book of Ecclesiasticus, also known as the book of Sirach, chapter 14, and verse 7, and it reads, and if he doeth good, if who doeth good, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, he doeth it unwillingly. See? This man, hey, he does not do good. Okay? This man is built to do evil. This is how he's programmed. You see? So scripture saying if he doeth good, he's doing it unwillingly. You see? There's a snare. Okay? There's some form of trap that he has laid out for you, man. And at the last, he will declare his wickedness. And this is how we know this is talking about Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Because pursuant to Malachi, the first chapter, these devils are coined as the border of wickedness. You see? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, is the wicked. He's the devil that the Bible speaks of. All right? Now, what they're going to do shortly, as we know, but you Akiyam and Akwaf that, may not know or may not be familiar, these devils are going to be pushing a new monetary system in the form of digital currency, okay? By means of a micro CHIP, okay? And if you get this thing, pursuing the Revelations 14, you're going to be tormented with fire and brimstone, okay? In the form of those missiles and the chariot zapping everything in sight, man, on this landmass. Okay, so let's get into this first article. It's from the U.S. Sun, okay? And it's dated November 24th, right? And the title reads, Helping Hand. And we know he's going off with that. That's why I brought out that Sirach 14, 7. Okay? Because we know evil E ain't here to help. These devils have a fetish for depopulation, man. You see how Bill Gates is talking? These devils have a fetish for depopulation. Why would they want to help you thrive? It doesn't make sense, right? Anyways, helping hand, 29 cities and states sending payments between $200 and $1,200 monthly. Full list of universal basic income in 2023. All right. Now it reads, Americans all over the country are getting help making ends meet through universal basic income, UBI programs, right? Now let's jump down, right? Usually the programs are government sponsored or run by non-for-profits, Slovakia. In most cases, there are no strings attached to how the cash can be used and it doesn't have to be paid back. While there is a growing support of these programs, those who oppose them say they discourage people from finding work. Here are some of the UBI programs across the country. And it lists 29 states that are actually going to be involved, in towns as well. I'm not going to read them. I'm just going to scroll down through them. Okay. All right. Now, this other article I have, it's from 2020. Okay. Now, mind you, we know what was going on around this time. A lot was going on. Okay, with that that C-19er, right? So this is from March 30th of 2020. All right. Now this article reads, right? The title reads, how central banks could use digital cash to deliver universal basic income. Okay. Now look how they're making it rain on the people. You see? Esau Edom is very enticing. Right? Now the article reads, right? Francis Coppola, a CoinDesk communist, is a freelance writer and speaker on banking, finance, and economics. Her book, The Case for People's Quantitative Easing, explains how modern money creation and quantitative easing work. Okay? And advocates helicopter money to help economies out of recession. With the advent of the C-19er, right? Universal basic income has suddenly become big news. Okay? Many people are now calling for governments to give everyone a regular income with no work requirements, since we want most people to stay at home and not work, with no means testing that is adjusting for income. However, delivering universal basic income is problematic. Governments lack the up-to-date information on identities and addresses needed for physical delivery of money or prepaid cards, and checks or bank transfers shut out the unbanked. That leaves a gap for a new institution to step in, like a central bank, which could issue a digital currency as an efficient way of delivering a UBI. You see? And we know these CBDCs are directly linked to that C-hit. You see, so this whole UBI situation that they're going to be pushing next year, hey, this is them laying the snare. You see? They're casting out the line, okay? And they're going to hook you people, hook, line, and sink them, as they say in the world. You see, Evil E's very, very, very conniving in how he moves. And a lot of you people are going to get snared with that UBI. Because what's going to happen? He's going to be giving you money monthly, right? And then they're going to, hey, we're going to push that C-hit. You see, in order for you to continue to get your funds, you got to get this. You got to go down to your nearest clinic. Okay? And having them put this palisade in you. You see? Because we're coming into that major prophecy. Okay? Which we always go into. And we're going to go into it tonight. Through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Right? The book of Revelations. Chapter 13. I'm going to go straight to the point, right? In verse 16. And it reads, and he causeth all. Who's he? The elites, man. Okay? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Okay? He's going to cause all, both small and great, rich and poor, see? Old and young, man. It doesn't matter how old you are, how young you are. There's going to be babies coming out the womb getting hit with the sea hit. Rich and poor, right? All you sellouts, right? Hey, you're going to be offered, okay? Yeah, they're going to be offered this idol. You see, you're still going to have an hour of temptation. You selling out doesn't make you exempt. And let's see, to receive, right? The Salakia, rich and poor, free and bond. You see, so hey, whether you incarcerated or if you out here roaming, hey, you're going to be offered that idol. You're going to have the hour of temptation. See, there's no escape. To receive a M-A-R-K in their right hand or in their foreheads. You see? And this M-A-R-K, right? Let's go into it real quick.
Strong's G 5480. Charagma.
Right. Charagma, right? And that's in the Greek. And what is it? Let's go to the biblical usage, right? A stamp. An imprinted M-A-R-K, right? Of the mark stamped on the foreheads and the right hand and badges that follows the anti. They're going off there, right? The M-A-R-K branded upon horses, things carved, sculpture, graven work, right? An idolatrous image. You see? An idolatrous image, right? It's a stamp and imprinted M-A-R-K. They're gonna put this thing inside you, man. Right? And when you get the root word of this word, right?
Strong's G 5482. Charax.
Right? And when you go to biblical usage, it goes into what? A pale or a stake, right? A palisade. A palisade. And if you have any idea what a palisade is, right? Let's go to Google Images real quick. Right? If you ever seen a palisade fence, it looks like this. This is a good example right here. You see that? See the top of the fence? That's a palisade. Okay? Now, ironically enough, right? Check out the similarities. And the Bible's heavy. Okay? All right, check out the delivery system that they're going to use to put that inside of you, your right or left hand. Okay? That's what's that? The palisade. You see? They're going to put this in you, man. And if you take this thing, you're through. Pursuing the Revelation 14, you're finished, man. There's no taking it and then taking it out. There's no putting it in your left hand. No. If you get it in either hand, you're out of there. Okay? You get that neural link, you're through. You see? There's no turning back. All right, after you get this thing. Okay? This is the MOTB. There is no repentance for it. There's no turning back once you get it. Okay, you will belong to evil E. Okay, because you getting this thing, it pretty much it shows who you reverence, man. You see? You bow down to the beast at this point. You see? You no longer, if you're a so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, you no longer belong to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. You chose your master, you chose your God at this point. And you're going to be reserved for destruction, man. You're going to see those missiles come. Okay? Because all this is, right? When you go, let's go back to the scriptures real quick. Right? Because when we go to, let me go here. When we go to Deuteronomy, the 15th chapter, right? There was a law, right? Let me see. This is what I want. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 15, verse 12. Now, there's a law, right? Let's read it, right? And if thy brother, an Hebrew man or a Hebrew woman, be sold unto thee and serve thee 6 years, then in the 7th year thou shalt let him go free from thee, right? And when thou sendest him out free from thee, thou shalt not let him go away empty. Thou shalt furnish him liberally out of thy flock, and out of thy floor, and out of thy winepress. Of that wherewith the Lord thy power hath blessed thee, thou shalt give unto him. And thou shalt remember that thou was a bondman in the land of Egypt, and the Lord thy power redeemed thee. Therefore, I command thee this thing today. Right? And here's the point. And it shall be, if he say unto thee, I will not go away from thee. All right. So what? They want to continue to serve. Right? They refuse to leave. They want to continue to be, they want to be a perpetual slave, right? I will not go away from thee, because he loveth thee, right? And we know today, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are suffering, right, from Stockholm syndrome, okay? And you love your oppressor. You've grown to love your master, which is Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, right? And it's going to be proven when the majority of you bow down to the slaughter, man, and get that C-hip and get that charagma in you, right? But anyways, because he loveth thee in thine house, because he is well with thee, then, the book of Deuteronomy 15 and 17, then thou shalt take an awl, right, and thrust it through his ear unto the door. Now, an awl is pretty much it's like a piercing instrument. You see? Now, as a matter of fact, let me go back to now, mind you, this is a piercing instrument. This the delivery system for the CHIP, okay, which is the shape of a palisade, okay. That's a piercing instrument because this has to go under the skin to deliver the C-hip to you, right? Now check this out. Bear with me. Now in all, I would have to spell it like that. Salakia. Golly. See that? This is pretty much, this is all. See that? Same shape as a palisade. You see? So let's go back to the scripture. Right? The book of Deuteronomy chapter 15 and verse 17, it reads, Then thou shalt take an awl and thrust it through his ear unto the door, and he shall be thy servant forever. You see? And also unto thy maidservant thou shalt do likewise. Okay? Evil E knows about this scripture. You see, this man is trying to put that M-A-R-K in you, man. Because he understands at that point, hey, you belong to him. And you're going to be thrust through with him, man, pursuing the Isaiah 13 and 15. You see? So it will behoove you not to do it. But only the Lord can stop you from doing it. Okay? Only the Lord, only Yahweh Shai can prevent it. Pursuing the Revelations 3 and 10. You see? So if you're not in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, you're going to take it. There's no way around it. You're going to take it. And if you do take it, let's go get it. The book of Revelation, chapter 14, I'll start at verse 9, and it reads, "And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, If any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his M-A-R-K in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation." Okay? Now, scriptures coin those weapons, right? They're the weapons of the Lord's indignation, man. Those missiles. You see? And you're going to be caught up right in the midst of them when they hit this place, man. You're going to get caught right up in there. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that decide to get this hit. Right? And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone. You see? And how is that going to be done? By the missiles. Okay? And the chariots are going to be zapping with that concentrated heat as well. You see? And fire, it's a lot here. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. You see? You're going to be burnt to a crisp, man. Hey, you're going to be vaporized, man. And don't get it twisted. It's not going to be a mercy kill. We're dealing with the Father of spirits. Okay? He can have your spirit dwell, man. And you can feel every bit of that burn, man. You see? This is why you don't want to get this man's M-A-R-K, man. If any M-R-K, if any M-R-K, you want the mark of exemption. I said it, whatever. Yeah, you want the mark of exemption if any mark. You see? You don't want this mark that this devil's presenting. Okay, this is a carnal mark, which consists of that C-hip. All right? That micro CHIP. Okay, which is going to be tied into this man's whole monetary system, man. Okay? All your information is going to be on this thing. You're not going to be able to move around without it. Matter of fact, I didn't finish Revelation 30. Let's go back. Salakia. The book of Revelations. Verse 13. Chapter 13. And verse 17, it reads, "And that no man might buy or sell, see, save he had the mark." The monetary, this digital monetary system is gonna be on this thing, man. You see that? So, hey, we're gonna need Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Those of you that don't have Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, you're gonna be finished, man. You see, because everything's gonna be tied into this thing, and it's coming. Hey, they're mass producing them as I speak. I said it on a couple of lessons. I did maybe like last week through the Spirit. that I actually know someone personally that's working out of a facility that's making these things, man. You see? Hey, this thing's a reality. This thing is a reality. And, hey, and the mark we want is we want that mark of exemption. Let's go get this real quick. Actually, let me go to blue letter so I can make this point. Because there's two different types of marks, man. You want the Ezekiel, the 9th chapter mark, not the Revelations 13 and 16 mark. Right? The book of Ezekiel, chapter 9 and verse 4, and it reads, "And the Lord said unto him, Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem." And remember, Jerusalem's a people before it's a place, right? "And set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof." Now, let's get this word mark. You're going to see it's not the same.
Strong's H8420. Tav. Tav.
All right, now it should be the wa. Okay, is what it should be. Right? Desire. See that mark? See that mark as a sign of exemption from judgment. You see, this is the mark you want. You don't want the one that's an idol. Okay? You don't want that one. Because that one's going to lead you to your demise, man. You see? You want the mark of exemption from judgment. The only way you get that mark is through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Let's read a little more. Because for those of you that don't have this mark, right? Book of Ezekiel chapter 9 and verse 5, and it reads, "And to the others he said in my hearing, Go ye after him through the city and smite." And that word smite, let's get it. We know what it means, but let's just get it real quick.
Strong's H5221. Nacha. Nacha.
Hey, to strike, smite, hit, beat, slay, kill. See that? You see? "And the others he said in my hearing, Go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eye spare, neither have ye pity." Verse 6, "Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children," man. No respect of a person's, man, in judgment. With Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, you see? "And woman." Woman are mentioned twice. Maids are woman, man. See, you women are going to catch it, man. You rebellious women of the tribes. Hey, you're going to have hell to pay too. "But come not near any man upon whom is the mark." You see? A man will be more precious than fine gold in these days to come, man. As it's written. What's that? Isaiah 13 as well. That's Isaiah 13. "And begin at my sanctuary. Then they begin at the ancient men where before, Salakia, the ancient men which were before the house." You see? So this is the mark we want. We want the mark of exemption. We want that the wow, man. That's what we want. Because we're going to be protected, you know? Having the mark of exemption, man. And ultimately, hey, we want Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai dealing with us. Because he's going to keep us from the hour of temptation. Let's get this. The book of Revelations, chapter 3, and verse 10, it reads, "Because thou hast kept the word of my patience." How do you keep the word of the Lord's patience? Endure unto the end. Stay locked in. You see? Don't get swayed by these wayward doctrines, all right, that are coming out of the woodworks in these latter days. You see? Stay locked in to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Continue to seek the old path. You see? I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. So there's no escape for anybody. You see? So you got Ronald Dalton with the Fleet of Africa doctrine. Guess what? It's gonna come upon all. You see? Everybody. It doesn't matter where you are. We just read it. Let's read it again. Because the book of Revelation chapter 3 and verse 10. And it reads, because thou hast kept the word of my patience. You see? I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. Even if, hey, the elect, Lord willing, we're part of that precious number, even when death is presented, okay, the spirit that's going to be on the elect, man, hey, they're going to face the guillotine with no problem. Going to be like sheep led to the slaughter, man. Understanding the glory that they're going to come into. You see? What scripture say? Ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free, man. See, we understand that in Hamashiach, hey, we have immortality, man. We're dealing with the Father of spirits, Yahweh, B'Hashem Yahweh Shai, the true living powers of all heaven and earth, man. And when you come to that understanding, hey, you no longer fear death, man. And we hope and pray, Lord willing, okay, that we're part of the elect, and that Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai, puts the spirit on us, man. To be able to endure these things. I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world. So only Yahweh Shai can keep you from this, man. See? So if you're none of his, you out of there. If you're none of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai's, you are out of there, man. To try them that dwell upon the earth, man. Hey, so much for that Fleet of Africa doctrine, man. You see, without Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai, hey, we're doomed. This is why we, hey, Kal Halal, Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai, for allowing us to receive this engrafted word that's able to save our soul. You see, because we're definitely coming into these times, man. And this thing is building up. They're pushing this fourth industrial revolution, man. You better believe it. There was also some other information that happened in where did it happen? I believe it happened in I want to say Germany, or maybe the United Kingdom, Britain maybe. Lord willing, I'll do a lesson on it. But one of the brothers, actually, matter of fact, let me see something real quick. Bear with me. Because one of the beloved brothers made a lesson on it. But it was earlier. Let me see something. It's some heavy information. Salakia. Where is it? I believe the brother from the Khan, there it is. Right here. Right, Bible censorship has begun. Right? Did the brother post the article? No. But there's some heavy information right here, see? Salakia. Not this way off topic, but right, U.S. government prosecutors say parts of the Bible, right, no longer appropriate to speak. You see that? Oh, so this thing is coming, man. Okay, the famine of the word is becoming a reality, man. I just made a lesson on it yesterday, going into some information in reference to the famine of the word. You know, how they're using gradualism. You know, you have Facebook, you know, taking out the religion, banning religion speech pretty much on their platform. They're pretty much getting rid of that whole tab altogether on their platform, along with some other information. But yeah, this thing it's happening, man. You know, and those of us in the know, you know, we're locked in. And we're locked in, and Lord willing, we can be prepared. We can stay prepared, you know, spiritually. You know, but hey, this thing is coming down the pipeline, man. You see? We just got to make sure we stay focused, man. Stay focused on Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Matter of fact, let me close out here. Where do I want to go? Habakkuk 2. Right? And this is through the Spirit. The book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, and verse 3. And it reads, we'll close out here if the Spirit allows. Right? The book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, and verse 3. And it reads, for the vision, right, is yet for an appointed time. And the vision of what? The prophecy. Right? These prophecies are for an appointed time. They're all going to come to pass in their due time, in due season. Right? But at the end, it shall speak and not lie. And these words are jumping off the pages, man. Though it tarry, right, it may take a little bit, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. Lord willing, you Akiyam and Akwathiam were edified. Barakateh Yahweh, Barakateh Yahweh Shai, Kal Halalim La Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah Kwadash. Shalom.